going on, team? What's going on, team? Welcome to tonight's isolation session. At this point, we've had so many fucking pairs that we turn on and off. I'm just gonna turn all the ones that I remember, and then if I miss one, I mean, I'll go through it, and I know if I'll miss one or not. But I think this looks good. Bitcoin, gold, right? USDCAD, US30, GU, GJ, GCAD, EU, ECAD, EA. I know EA, we're not really focusing on that really that much. That's why it's not really updated. But you know, it's following structure, just doing what it has to do at this point. But I am looking to, let me see, I'm not going to keep all of them on, obviously. EA is in the middle of consolidation. I fucked something up already. Um, Going back down to the bottom, we have a month of drop, week of drop. So we're still kind of just waiting to see what price wants to do in this little zone, right? It looks like price wants to go down already. This was the 4-hour time frame. First red candle, still on it, nothing has closed below, so we're still in this lower time frame consolidation, which is what we see here in the 30-minute time frame. So we still don't have a clean break in the low hour time frame, but we did break below that. So could price continue to go down into the low of consolidation and give us a safety trade? It could be. We're still trading between the high and the low. So EA, I'm gonna turn off. ECAD, pretty much same thing. EU, pretty much same. Only difference, this already went down into our safety trade area. GCAD, GJ, yeah, I think these are all the pairs. Alright, so we'll give everybody a few minutes here to join, and then we'll go ahead and get started. If you guys have any questions, any pairs you guys want me to go over specifically, whether they are on our list or not, let me know. The ones we're going to go over are going to be the ones with the red flag. We're going to go in order from the top to the bottom, right, starting with AU and ending with Bitcoin. So, again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Anything you guys need me to explain again, let me know. Something that doesn't make sense, you guys might need me to repeat, let me know as well. If not, we should be done within an hour. And then we'll see you guys in the morning. Let me go ahead and tweet this. I haven't tweeted in a minute, man. I gotta get back to my tweets. I'm still doing the streams. I just don't really post it anywhere. Which pair? What's up, my brother? We're gonna go over the ones that you see here in the red with the red folders: AU, CAD, CHF, CHFJPY, EUROCAD, EURUSD, GCAD, GJ, GU, US30, USDCAD, Gold, and Bitcoin. But if there's any pairs that you would like me to go over that I didn't list, it could be any of them. Whatever pair you want me to go over, just let me know, and then we could go over them for sure. I think AUDCHF was one this morning that somebody was telling me about, right? We were in peak low territory. Let me see. I don't remember which one. We'll go over it. We'll see. We're just gonna give everybody a few minutes here to join from our Discord group, and we'll get started. But again, if anybody has any questions, any pairs you guys want me to go over, let me know, and we could definitely do that. Yeah, it was good, Mohammed. So, bro, how you doing? I'm doing good, man. Can't complain. I'm doing really good. How about yourself? How's your day today? I'm gonna give everybody another minute. At the 6 minute mark on the stream, I'll go ahead and get started. I don't wanna keep everybody waiting, you know what I mean? But Let me know. Have you guys take any trades today? Any pairs you guys want me to go over? 15 seconds. Alright. No more waiting. Because if you miss it, you miss it. If you don't miss it, congratulations. Alright. Let's get this started. Let me stop scrolling through Instagram real quick. I do have a lot of messages I have to go through though. You guys ready? Alright, let's get it started. So AU, right, again, isolation session, we're gonna just kind of go through the best trades that we could look for. So AU, again, we still know we're at the bottom of consolidation. A2 looking for price to give us a third push, right? We're expecting price to bounce off the 50 EMA. Right now we're not on the 50 EMA in the 4 hour, we're not on the 50 EMA in the daily. We have no continuations here in the 4 hour time frame. We do have a daily engulfing that price did reach, right? And now this is where we'd want to see price start turning around, going from higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, to lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and lower highs. And we would want to start seeing some type of um confirmation that we want to start pushing down, right? Whether that's engulfing candles, flip candles, right? At this moment we're still trading higher high, higher low, higher high, so we're now trading between here, which is the last green candle before the push down, right? So we're trading between these highs and these lows down here, the last green can or red candle before the push up, right? And we know that at this point the only place we have an engulfing candle, sorry, is here, right? But this is a green engulfing candle, meaning for price to go up, but we're not expecting price to continue to push. It can, right? But what could we start doing? So at this point we know we have a daily engulfing that we're on right now, which is this gold box, right? And we have a 30-minute engulfing here. So at this point, what I'd be looking for in my zones, right, what we always look for, instead of looking for price to break above or below structure, right, what I'm looking for is, instead of looking for these highs to be broken to continue to push to the top side, or break these lows to continue down, what I'm looking for is going to be the engulfing candle flip. So for the lows to break, right, I want to see lows break these lows here. Once price breaks below these lows, that's going to be my confirmation that price is going to continue to push to the downside, right? There's going to be other factors at play, right, which is going to be these highs here to continue for the push to the top, right, which is going to 30-minute high. At this point, we have another day of high, another day of rise, I should say. We had a green 4-hour candle, so it's still good, right, pushing through. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of rise. So let's see, do we have any gaps to start? First day we had a small gap. Second day we were good. Third day we were good. Fourth day we were good. Fifth day we were good. Sixth day we had a gap. Right, so we reset the trend again here, and we have 1 day of rise. So could price continue? Absolutely. In the 4-hour, we're still making lower low, lower high, lower low. At this point, right, price came up to the imbalance candle, but still, right, we also know that this is the last green candle before the push down, right, that made that push to the bottom side, and that's where we're at right now. Still, we already broke above those highs. Not a clean break again, right? We're looking at this candle here to be broken. If we put a line, it was just one green candle, right? So we could even go a little bit steeper into this and say, in the 30-minute time frame, right, that in order for us to have a clean break of these highs, we need to see a candle break above this wick without touching the zone. right? But obviously that'd take a little bit longer to see in the 4-hour time frame. In the 30-minute time frame, we're just looking for this high to be broke over here. So we'll see. We'll see. Right now we're in a pretty tight zone for AU, but we have pretty clean zones if we do end up breaking and going below. So we'll continue to keep an eye on AU. Again, if you guys have any questions, anything you guys want me to explain again, let me know. CAD CHF, pretty much beautiful entries. Who was that this morning? Fo in the stream, right? We're talking about these trades today, right? Honestly, again, words out of my mouth, but you know, it's clear when we have it in front of us, right? So let's go back to what I was talking about on CAD CHF. This isn't a pair that I trade. It's not one that I actively trade, but I did say I wanted to see this tonight. We'll go back to it, right? I did say I wanted to keep an eye on it. So we can see that on CAD CHF we're in peak low territory. We're in the lowest point right now on the market. We're still making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Price still pushing up, could be a lower high, right? All of that being said, understanding that we're just in an internal higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, you know, waiting to see what price wants to do. We also know that externally we were making lower lows, lower highs, and this was just a pullback to make a lower high. So the fact that, you know, we were talking about, okay, look, we're reaching these highs, prices, yes, still giving us higher highs and higher lows when we really start looking at it, but what did price start giving us, right? At the end of the week, right? To start off the week, started rejecting the highs and then gave us his exhaustion candle, right? After price gave us an exhaustion candle and everything was hit, STP was hit, ADR was hit, because again, this is a pair that moves 40 pips and it did 40 pips, right? It did STP before we even woke up, right? So again, with this crazy work at the top side, we already knew that there was two options here. We're either going to see price consolidate and then start making the moves later on, whether it was to continue the break or to continue the push to the downside, or we were going to see price just continue to go down until our 30-minute low, right? Because we know that internally in the 30-minute we're trading between this high and this low, right? This high broke, so we're trading between this high over here and these lows down here, right? And this is where price is going to make a decision. The same shit that we're waiting for up here is the same thing down here. Waiting to see now, does price want to break below these lows and continue down, or is this where price is just going to give us an internal pullback to continue the higher high push to the top? But this moved exactly what we were talking about, right? Gave us the engulfing candle, gave us a retest, continued to push to the downside. So this was a beautiful, would have been a really beautiful trade if we would have just been avoiding or ignoring STP. We would have just taken that aggressive trade. But again, CAD CHF is not one that I trade, so I'm going to turn it off for the sake of, you know, my vision. CHFJPY peak high territory. Right now we understand that we're at the highest point, right? I'm not going to look at this wick, it's a huge wick. 4-hour time frame, same thing, right? I am going to change where I have my blue box, because this is again the last green candle before the push down. This should be this one here, right? We had 2 weeks of rise, this week being the 3rd week. We already see that price gave us that high and then started pushing down, right? And we were talking about that this is just going to be a zone of consolidation for the most part, where price is just going to move sideways from the top to the bottom to the top to the bottom. Last green candle before the push down, I am going to look at that wick and I'm going to look at the body of this candle, because this is a really big zone. Usually I wouldn't even look at the wick, I just use the body of this candle and, you know, the highest ones here, I guess, right? But it's kind of the same thing, kind of the same amount of pips, so it's not bad. This is CHFJPY, it's a 60 pip zone. That's pretty fucking big, I'm not gonna lie, but it's all good, we'll see. Right, either way, these lows broke here with a wick. Again, I'm not gonna count it, but we can, but I'm not going to, right? It's gonna be a big zone. So I'm not gonna count it. And we had a day of drops, so on the 3rd day rise drop peak high territory, I am gonna count it as a rise drop, but obviously I'm not expecting a 4th day variation where price gives me a new high. At this point, again, I'm more focused on what is the future of CHFJPY. Again, we're in peak high territory, so I would love to start seeing price start going down, but understand that these prices are going to be crazy, right? Especially JPY right now. We're going to keep it simple, right? We're just going to keep it simple. We understand that we're trading within from zone to zone, right? These highs are close, so I want to see a break of these highs to cover the imbalance, right? These gaps that were created up here. And the lows, we're just going to look at these lows right here. Right, to continue this push to the downside. EURCAD daily time frame, we are looking for V1, looking for price to go up. Second push to the top side, we're looking for price to bounce off the 200 EMA, and we're right there. Perfect. Price is still respecting the 200 EMA. All the EMAs in the 4 hour are all bunched up, right? So we're expecting price to start moving quick. Now, wherever price moves to, whether it goes down or up, price is gonna move quick, and that our confirmation is when all the EMAs are bunched up together. With that being said, again, could we expect price here to go up? At this point, I'm not confident. We're in the middle of consolidation. Not only that, we're in the middle of the 4 hour high and the 4 hour low. Right? 800 EMA right now, we're bouncing off of it. You know, there's really no clear direction. Internal, right? We're still making lower lows, lower highs, and lower lows. So we still don't have any clean, like, oh yeah, price is gonna, you know, EMAs are bunched up. We know price is gonna accelerate to one side whenever it starts moving. Let's get in now, right? We're in a zone where if we get into these trades too early, right, we could get into a situation like today where wicks are just taking us out and in of trades. It's taking us in trades. It's putting us out. So is that a safe place to take a trade? Again, in my opinion, is not. So for that reason, I wouldn't even really entertain a trade on this until we see a flip of or change of character, right? And the easiest one we could see in the internal structure is lower low, lower high, lower low. If we could break above these highs, which then will put price above the 800 EMA, and we could use the 800 EMA as support, right? Let's say we have a day of rise today, right? Second day of rise, we get it tomorrow, right? With the end of the day pullback, what do we get into here to get a 372 to continue to go to the top side, right? To go into the 30-minute highs, right? So looking at the future, if EURCAD could get away from the middle of this zone and we could start looking for structure and we could start seeing a change of character, right? If we could start seeing a shift in market direction, then we'll start looking for these trades, right? But in the meantime, we know that we had a shoulder head shoulder. We called this out on Friday or on Sunday, right? We said I don't really expect this to be a 4th day variation, right? Because this pullback is it's too much of a pullback, right? It's too steep. We have a shoulder head shoulder, right? And we can see how price started going lower lows and lower highs. So getting into a trade here going long at this point, you'd be in a tug of war, right? So it's not the best place to look for a trade. So this is one that I'll be keeping a close eye on, but I'm not going to be interested in trading it until we don't see that shift. Euro USD V1, bottom of consolidation, looking for price bounce off the 200 EMA. Right now we're still in internal lower lows, lower highs, and lower lows, right? We're looking for the shift. We have 2 months of no net. This month looks like it's going to be, we're very close to be a no net, right? We still have tomorrow to go through the 30th and the 30th, and then we'll see how the first opens. In the 4 hour, we're still making lower lows, lower highs. As we can see, we made lower lows, price started pushing up. So again, this is when we want to see price bounce off the 200, and right now we're still below it on the 4. We're still below it in the daily. You know, in the 4 hour, we did have a change of character and a break of structure. On the break of structure, gave us a retest to continue the top side, doing exactly what we needed to. We had an imbalance on the left hand side. First thing we want to see is a 21 candle. What did we open? Open green. Right, gave us a day of rise, and we know we're still trading higher high, higher low. Alright, higher high, and then price gave us lower low. Change of character here to the bottom side, trading between this low and this high. Price broke above here, gave us a retest, right? Exactly what we wanted to see, respected the lows, right? If you had your stop losses close, right? If you had your stop losses right below here, you probably got stopped out, right? If you had it a couple pips below the zone, right, you probably got lucky with the spreads, and then it went straight back to the top, right? So wasn't a bad day for EU. Very technical for sure, right? Very aggressive too, but we'll see. We'll see how price continues. We're still in the middle of the 30-minute high and 30-minute low, so you know, I would love to see price break above here, right? But what I would love to see more would be now if price could give us a steeper pullback, get into these 30-minute lows, and then go up from here, would love to see that, right? If not, we could just expect price to break, retest. When price gets here, we'll want to see price continue this break to the top side. But right now we're in the middle. We just gotta give it a few minutes, give it a few hours, and see what price wants to do from there. GCAD, we have a lot of things drawn out here. So let's start from the top. Right, where are we? We are at top of consolidation, V1, looking for price to bounce off the 200 DMA. That's exactly where we're at. No trade on regular pairs today. Yeah, nothing really. Like I said, we just went over the EU one. Would have been a pretty good one later on in the day, but for the most part, nah. By the time when we woke up, we saw everything moved, everything hit STP and ADR, by the end of London session. So in technicalities and all that, again, there wasn't really any good valid trades when we're looking at our rules, but CAD CHF was a right CAD CHF or EUROCAD was a pretty good trade that we had marked up. Um, but again, yeah, STP ADR is already hit. So when it comes to our rules, yeah, there was no trades. But whenever you go in, you really start looking, them like, damn, these fucking, all our rules were hit but one, right? And that's where a lot of people will start feeling FOMO and they'll be like, oh, fuck this, I'm gonna start trading, I'm gonna just start entering everything I see. And that's where the bad habits start. That's where people start entering trades every single day. They start gambling more. It's because if you don't follow there's a reason why those are your sets of rules, right? And 15-minute on one pair, yeah. I think it was a CAD CHF or some shit like that, yeah. We'll go over it again at the end of this, so. But yeah, point is GCAD again. We're looking for what price to bounce off to 200 EMA daily time frame. We're there, went up, perfect 4-hour time frame. We are above it again, so we're still lower low, lower high, lower low, and we can see that price went above the last green candle before the push down, which is this one here, right? But we're still looking at structure. We had internal lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Price again did break above the first one with these candles up here. Now we're approaching the second one, which again we're above again to continue this push to the top side. So now we go to the 30-minute time frame. Just zooming out, right here is where we start looking at everything that we have drawn out. Right from the bottom to the top, we knew exactly where price wanted to go. But again, if we start looking at the times that these prices started moving, it was like, too late for us to catch it. Too late for us to catch it. Right? It was early. It moved super early. This one was literally midnight, 1 in the morning. This one actually happened during our time, where 5:30 in the morning, super close to the times, right? 6:30 a.m., 7:30 a.m., and then it went during NYC. And then the 372, right? This one moved again early, 10 p.m., 11, 12 a.m. And then this didn't give us that fourth day, right? Just consolidated on Friday, respected these lows, gave aggressive entries. Again, if you had tight stop loss below these zones, you got hit out. And then it just continued to go into today, continued that push to the top side. So we had a no net for this day. We could start deleting these now. Oh shit. Alright, so this isn't a pair that I usually look at all the time, but we will update it again. I know this is one. I think Mohammed, you look at this one, right? We wanted to see price break above here. We have the 30-minute break. Right now we're reaching these highs up here. Now these highs are the ones that are going to be the next ones to be broke. So we will continue to look at this one, right, to see if price wants to start giving us that push to the top side. But again, at this point, again, we're still in that lower low, lower high situation. So I'm not confident, but we'll see. We'll see what price wants to do. GJ, we have the daily time frame. We are in peak high territory. We have 3 months of rise. On the third month of rise, no net. We were expecting that 4th-day variation, and that's what we have right now. April, what day? April, May. Right. Oh shit. Right, so we have that new high, and then price started going down. So again, we have the daily high, we're just gonna keep there. The 4-hour high will also update. What other pair look? Oh, CHFJPY. I'm gonna cry. Okay, there you go. Last green candle before the push down. We know we have a week of rise. Price gave us 1, 2, 3. Oh man, you probably missed a trade for this already. I didn't catch this early enough. Right, maybe not, because again, that red candle, that red wick is super big. Right, so I don't want to even say that this is a strong engulfing candle. You know, price went on it and then went right back again for the first time. Right, that 2 a.m. 2:30 entry last night, it would have been the strong one, right, to go back down to the bottom of the zone, which it did. It did give that beautiful entry, I'm not gonna lie. So we did miss this entry last night, but again, it was a 2 a.m. entry, so it's not like we would have taken it. But this is already a weak high, so if price comes back to it, I wouldn't take another trade here. So let's actually take this off, right? It is what it is, but we know that that would have been a pretty good trade if we would have been awake for that. You know, for the people who trade ending of Asia going into London, that would have been a fucking beautiful trade. Beautiful, beautiful trade. Alright, so then we had 1, 2, 3, 4 days of rise, and then today gave us a drop. So 30-minute time frame, high, higher, low, higher, high. Last green candle before the push down. We'll use the wick. This candle here. This is a big zone. I'm not gonna use that zone. We'll use this one here. Right, and I'm not gonna use that zone because if we use the lines, yeah, that's right. It's non-existent. So we're gonna ignore that wick for now, and we know that we're still trading between these lows, this low and this high. We have a 1-minute gap where I think that was for the opening, for the market open yesterday. Yeah, it was. That was for the market open. Price went up, went higher. And we're chilling. Okay. So going back to the 30, we are looking for price to break these highs up here to continue to push to the top side, or break these lows here to continue down. GU daily time frame, we are in V1 looking for price to push up. Level 2 looking for price to bounce off the 200 EMA. Right now we are still below the 200 EMA internally, still making lower lows and lower highs. Consolidation, we're in the middle of it. Daily high and daily low, we're in the middle of it, so not the best place to look for trades, but we'll see what we could catch. In the 4 hour, we're trading between lower low, lower high, lower low. We're in the middle of it. 4 hour high, 4 hour low. We have a week of rise, still internally making lower lows and lower highs, right? Lower low, lower high, price consolidated instead of giving us a pullback, then gave us another lower low. Price went up, gave us a change of character. Now we do that in a 30-minute time frame. Right, we have a change of character. Price kind of just consolidated within the zone, gave us a break of structure here. Right, gave us a break. Pullback was more of a consolidation. Again, very, very aggressive trades. Right, where would our stop loss have been? You know, we could argue where our entries could have been if we were patient enough. But nothing. We don't have real confirmation, right? Not even this engulfing candle, not a valid because it didn't have a bottom wick, right? If you're taking an aggressive trade, even this engulfing candle here that we had, red, red, green, right? Price disrespected and went below. You know, even the people who say, oh, you know, you could have had your stop loss below the zone here, you would have never gotten hit. Yeah, but you know, if you're trading this, right, 16 pep stop losses, it's a pretty big zone. You know, one's argue that you know you want to have a fucking stop loss down here, but that's crazy. So there's a lot of things down here that just didn't. This wasn't really a strong place, um, to start looking for trades. But you know, now we're consolidating. All right, we're consolidating. We had a green 21. Give it a day of rise. So at this point, again, we still know we're trading between lower lows and lower highs, so we're waiting to really see what price wants to do. If price could break above this zone too, then we know we have clean traffic to the top left. So we'll continue to look at this. We'll be keeping a close eye on this one. US30 daily time frame. right? Peak high territory gave us 5 months where price was just going up. This month price started going down. 4 hour time frame, we have a week of rise. Again, still trading higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Price then gave us a change of character, lower low. Waiting to see if price is going to give us a lower high to continue lower low, or if price is going to bottom out here and then give us a flip to continue the push to the top side. Right now we have a week of rise, still trading internally lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high, right? So once we get the confirmation of a break of structure to continue this push to the top side, which is going to be once price breaks above these highs and we can start trading above the 800 EMA, that'll be our confirmation that price is ready to start pushing to the top side. Nonetheless, let's look at what price did today. So I have a lot of lines. Let's delete some. Let's add this one here. Let's add this one here. Take this out. Right, we missed the trade on Friday. Then we have 2 days of rise. Okay, perfect. 2 days of rise. We'll be expecting the third day. Let's look at the horizontal line. Perfect. End of the third day, or end on the second day, and gave us a pullback. So let's see if price wants to continue. Let's see if price wants to give us a steeper pullback. We're still trading higher high, higher low, higher high. Price gave us then a change of character to the low side. The 30-minute time frame. Now we're trading between this high and this low, and right now we're in the middle. Not only are we in the middle, again, we're in peak high territory. We want to see price bounce off the 50 EMA. Right now we're below the 50 in the daily and the 4 hour, which is where structure is made. We are above it now. Right, price did give us a clean break and this pullback back below it. So could be an interesting zone here for sure. US30, we're also EMAs are bunching up. We're still below the 800, but we're above the 50. Price then gave us an exhaustion candle down here, which is this red candle. Right, a little sweep of the lows and then we're right back above the 50 EMA. So could be an interesting zone. We also filled the gap up that we didn't fill this morning with this wick, and then price continued to push to the top side. So could be very interesting for tomorrow. Let's see if we don't have that third day being made yet, right, during NYC, then we know we'll be able to take these trades. So we'll be patient with that for sure. USDCAD still trading between this low and this high. Price gave us a no net for the second day in a row. All good. We are looking for price to start breaking above these highs to cover this clean imbalance on the left hand side. Break above the 800 EMA as well would be ideal. Trading between this high and this low. 4 hour time frame, we have a week of drop. Daily time frame, we are in V2, looking for price to bounce off the 50 EMA to give us a third push. We have higher high, higher low, higher high. Waiting for price to give us a steeper pullback to get on the 50 EMA. We're below it in the 4 hour. In the 30, we're right on it, but we're still in the lower high, lower low, lower high area. So at the moment that we're in a lower low, sorry, we're right above it, right? So could price give us this push to the top side, give us a lower high to go and continue to lower low? It could be. So USDCAD, we're not in the best place to look for a trade, but we'll continue to look at this, right? We have a little sweep of the lows twice actually, gave us a nice double bottom. So again, technically I would love to see price break above these highs here, right? If we could break above these highs and give us something like this, then yeah, it would make this comfortable, would make this trade a lot more comfortable. Sorry, godly. Gold daily time frame, peak high territory. We have a month of rise. This month we can see that price is going to finish above if it doesn't just continue to melt. But if we have that second month of rise, then we could be already expecting next month, right, this upcoming month, May, to give us another push to the top side. Right now in the 4 hour time frame, we had higher high, higher low, higher high, and price is just giving us that pullback. So giving us this pullback is really interesting. Again, we're peak high territory, so we want to see price bounce off to 50. Right, 50 EMA, price could go a little bit lower, bounce off to 50. In the 4 hour, we're already trading pretty much below it. We're right on it. And then here in the 30-minute, we still had, 2 days of rise. Didn't give us a third day, but it's all good. right? It gave us a no net instead, right? Price did want to reach it at one point, failed to give us that new high, and then went right back down, gave us a no net. So sometimes that happens. Right? We'll have to dig deep. Wow, but I can't even talk right now. And figure out why that happened, right? And already off the bat, there's a little gap here on the second day. Resets the trend, so we already know this third day was a 50-50 chance of happening. So at this point, price is still just consolidating within this 4 hour, right? I think this was a 4 hour engulfing candle. Green, green, red. If we close above, yeah. So we can still see that price is still just testing these candles. We haven't gotten a clean break of these highs. So, we're still pretty much waiting to see what price wants to do. And then last but not least, Bitcoin. Again, if you guys have any questions, any other pairs, oh man. You know what's crazy? I'm gonna call myself out on this. But it's all good. You know why? Because I'm looking at my rules and I was like, I'm gonna just get out of this trade. I got in this fucking trade and I closed out. I got in this trade and I closed out. I said, yo, I'm not gonna chase a trade. I'm done looking at the fucking charts. And this is the trade that I should have just stuck with. I had two entries, right? The entry that I got in and I got out of was this one down here. So I'm actually, and that's the second time that I did that. This is the second time I do this in 2 weeks. That I enter a trade and I get out of it just because I was like, fuck it, I don't wanna go against my rules. And it bit me in the ass twice. So I'm kind of upset, but it's all good. It's part of the game, man. Man. Shit like this is this is the worst part about trading, man, but it is what it is. Right? Again, beautiful, beautiful fucking entries, guys. Honestly, there's really nothing more, right? You don't want to see nothing more than this, right? Nothing less, nothing more. Beautiful engulfing candle, beautiful pullback right into the zone. Fucking zero drawdown straight into profit, straight into STP. Right, straight into STP. 235 is STP. We gave you 240, right? So this is a beautiful trade, beautiful trade. Anyway, guys, so that's pretty much it, man. Any questions? Anything you guys wanna go over? Let me know. If not, we'll be done for the day, and then we'll see you guys again tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. 10:30 a.m. for the live trading session, and then again tomorrow at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. just like tonight for the isolation session. Again, if you guys have any charts you guys want us to go over, just post them in the Discord, post them here in the chat, and we could go over them. Alright, guys. Peace out.